So this is a Zeekr 8X and I'm starting from the top, so you can see there's a radar sensor up there, and then you can see your windshield, and on the windshield there are some rain sensing cameras and also for safety. And the bonnet is almost completely flat, but on the edges it has these creases here, which is going to help with water running down. And it comes in this lovely gray paint, dark gray paint. You got your large big logo here from Zeekr. You got your signature grille from Zeekr, and then down here you get a number plate placement area, and right below it there is a camera. And if you look in there, you can't see the radiator. This is a hybrid. It's closed. It only opens when there's a need for ventilation for the radiator and for cooling. And down here you have some inlets as well, which will open when needed. Now let's go on to the side and take a look at the lighting. So we got your daytime running lights, and one doubles as illumination to indicate autonomous driving. And then you have extra lighting here to light up the sides of the road. You got one beam there, and in there are some nice lighting perforations, kind of like diamond sprinkles, looking really nice, displaying right now. Obviously won't be running like this when the car is in motion. And then down here you got another beam here, which is probably the low beam. And then in here you got an air inlet to allow for aerodynamics and for cooling the brakes and the tires. You got your proximity sensors on there. Take a look at the tires here. We got Michelin 275/40 rim 22 tires sitting on these very lovely wheels right here. Going to be very easy to clean and good for aerodynamics as well. And then you got your air suspension going on there. In here you got some very nice carpet material with some nice design patterns on it, which is going to be good for sound deadening. So when we come here, we got a camera here on this side, a camera here underneath, two cameras underneath the rear view mirror, and then your blue illumination again. You got an area here for your NFC to unlock the car. So let me just step back so we can see the full size of the car. So let's continue with the exterior before we come to the interior. So we got soft closed doors. We got soft closed doors on it, and we also got this door handle here. It's not Popeye style, it's just the standard one, but there is a button in there, a sensor that when you push, it aids to open the door electronically. You got runners on a running board to help with getting in the car, because it's an electric suspension, so when the car is raised, it will be helpful for some passengers. You can see the windows are blacked out from factory, and you got this aluminum trim all around the window frame, so that's really nice. And we come to the rear, we got the same tire size, 275/40 rim 22, with some nice calipers in the painted orange. And you can see the wheel well looks really nice as well. And there's a nice detail here, there's a nice lip here, extension of the wheel well cover to help stopping debris from hitting the car. And if I come to the front again, it has a nice lip, same design coming from the top all the way to the side. That's going to help a little bit with material sprinkling onto the car as well. So let's continue to the charging department. So if you go to the Zeekr fast charging station, or a charging station that can hold the voltage, you can charge up to 80% in 9 minutes. That is insane. So that's your fast charging port, and that is your slow charging port. And to shut it, you got an illumination here to indicate when it's charging, and to shut it, you just press that button, just like all Zeekr cars, and it shuts. And if I step back, we can see the rear and how it looks like. And if we go on to this side, we see the rear lighting starting from the edge, and it's sitting in this blacked out assembly. And inside there, very beautiful design. I'm not sure if the camera is doing justice, kind of like light sprinkled in there. And there's a nice diamond pattern design here on this part and on the other part, on the lower part. And then here as well, you got those two flashing lights that we saw in the headlamps are also continued in the design in the rear. So that's really cool. And then you got the light bar stretching all the way from the left to the right. And then in the middle of it, you got the blue illumination. And you can see that when the bonnet is lifted, you get a part of the lighting on the bonnet lid and then a part still on the car for safety and also to meet safety requirements. And then if we look up here, we've got a rear brake light bar and it's broken here with a camera in the middle, and then the windows are blacked out from factory. And if we go down here, we have got this big Zeekr badge in here in silver color. You got double cameras here, you got your number plate placement area, and then you also have your proximity sensor sitting here on this panel. And then when you go down below, you have another silver panel here. Now these are plastics, but they sound really high quality plastics. And we come down here to the side and we got your 8X badge in here. And let's just look at it from this angle as well. This car looks pretty. And being a hybrid, you can open here to fill up your gas for your engine. And if I just look here, the right side is going to be similar to the left side. So let's go to the interior starting from the boot. So to open the boot, just press that and it opens to this very wide boot. You can go for a 6-seater version as well, but I think for this size of car, the 5-seater will make sense because it will give you the most available space. If you want a complete 6-seater, the Zeekr 9X, which I reviewed some months back, it's right there. It's much bigger, and this is a 5-seater version. We can see in the boot lid cover, the interior of the boot lid cover is made of plastic, but that's fine. It's things you're going to put there, not human beings. And then if we go here, we can see how big the boot is. If the lighting here is good, you can see stretches from here all the way to the front. And in the boot itself, we got a parcel shelf, which can be engaged and disengaged. And that's not common for most SUVs nowadays. And the whole interior is lined with some very thick, nice carpet material. Let's see what we have here. So the carpet material stops up to here, and then from here all the way to this side is plastic, and then the top part is Alcantara. Now let's look here. We have a 220 volt socket, 3-pin socket here. We have a 12 volt socket, and then we have interior lighting, one on this right side. You got a hook here for holding stuff. You got some tie-down hooks over there in the corners, and then you got another light in here, another hook here, and then you got these buttons for pushing down the seat. So when I push it, you can see the seat is moving forward. It takes a while though, so these buttons are for that. And then this is for raising and lowering the air suspension, and then this will collapse the seats together in one button. So that's really nice. Speaker grill on this side, and then you have provision here made for installing a socket for extra accessories. You got tie down hooks here as well, aluminum, and they are nicely damped. They got a spring in them, so when you let go, it retracts back into the body. And then you got another space here with this netting. And if I leave the false floor, you can see there is not a ton of space left, but there are little pockets where you can hide your chargers and drop flat bags and files and folders and things like that. So overall, a very nice boot size. And interestingly, there's another lighting on the top of the boot lid. That's something I'm seeing for the first time in a long time. So yeah, that's it for the boot. Really nicely done. Now let's move to the rear seat. Moving to the rear seat, so it opens and it's electronically aided, so it's easy to open and it feels very solid as well. Let's look at the door. So the door has lots of nice rubber seals, so it's going to prevent debris and noise from getting in the car, and water as well. And then we go to the side. We'll take a look at some functions very soon, but you can see your name speakers, very premium speakers that were on the 9X have been brought here as well. So in terms of quality of material, the 8X is a par with the 9X. So you get your name speaker grills here, feeling of high quality aluminum, and then you got your your controls here. So you got your ventilated seats, you got your heated seats in 3 levels, and you got your massage also in 3 levels, and then you got your seat recline, high low, that kind of thing. Memory 1, memory 2, memory 3, even for the rear second row seats, the rear seats. That's insane. Got these nice perforations here, daytime running lights around this whole panel, with all of this sitting on wood. And then you got some an aluminum housing here for the raising and lowering the window, and that button pulls away your headliner. So sitting on the passenger seat, you can just do it from here. You don't have to depend on the driver. So that's what this button does. With this one, when I push this button, it brings down the sunshade for the passenger right behind the front passenger. And if I pull it again, it's gonna pull it up. So you control that from the side. You can control that from this side and from the other side as well. So, and this one controls the one on the side of the seat, the sunshade. So that's insane. It doesn't matter which seat you're sitting on, you can control the sunshade on the opposite side as well. And then we come down here, you get bottle holder area, and it's plastic, but the inside is made of some nice soft material, and the inside of a pocket, and this side is plastic, but there's a nice rubber material in here which will stop things from bouncing about. And you press here to open the door, but there is a latch here for emergencies, for when the electronics fail, to be able to open it. Nice stitching here all around, and there you got a bass speaker down there, and it opens, I would say, up to about 80-85 degrees, and you can see your runners here, large space to enter. And then you got your seats here, very nice design, very nice high quality material. You have nice perforations for cooling and heating, and everything just feels high quality. You can see this material here is real nice thick leather. And then you got your isofix anchor points, which you just lift this flap and then you have access to them. And you got nice thick carpet material as well. Let me just run through the middle. So the rear roof doesn't open, but the one dedicated to the driver and the passenger, they open. And you can see how the seatbelt hooks are recessed. That's really nice. So if I just sit in the car, you can see on the B pillar, you have some air vents coming from here directly onto the passenger. And behind each table, behind each front seat, you have a table. So one on this side, one on the other side. So it's really generous that both rear passengers have their own dedicated tables. And if we look up here, we have interior lighting, touch sensitive. You got speaker grill here. You got some perforations in the letting out the ambient lighting, and you got a grab handle here. And everywhere you touch is made of very soft Alcantara material. You got a microphone hole there. And if we come down here, we got another screen here which allows you to play music, stop, change temperature, set up some ambient, see the weather, your music, your seat controls, your car information. You go back to home. So lots of information here, lots of changes you can make, and you get some widgets here as well. I'm sorry for the angle of the camera, but just looking at this, it's insane. The quality of this screen, it's insane. And then you have type C charging ports, maximum 100 watts, two of them, so 100-watt charging. Down here you press to reveal a refrigerator, not very big, but it's just the right size. And then we go on to the front passenger seat. There are some buttons here to move the seat forward and back, recline, so you don't have to ask the driver or the front passenger to do it. If you need more space, you can sit here at the back and do that. And if we look up here in the roof, for a 5-seater, it's been given a screen. I'll pull down in a second, but when you pull here, you got You can open to some sensors and a camera here to monitor what's going on in the back. And to bring down the floating screen in the roof, you just press that and then it's going to come down. But we can see how high quality this screen is. It's almost unbelievable. It's clearer than many TVs you'll find in many homes even today. And you can see you got your home button, your music, and then we can go back. You got your movies, go back. You got a TV, you got some news, sports and other stuff. You got a KTV function. You can see your sports scores and all that. And then we go down here, you can populate your downloaded apps. You can download more. And then you got your volume control up there. You got Bluetooth 5G plus your time up there. So this is fully loaded, and I like that it didn't. You can activate it on the screen here, but you can also just lean forward and press this physical button. So to get that screen back in, we just press that, and then it's going to go back in the roof. Done really, really nicely. So what you see here on my seat is going to be similar to what you see on the other seat. Now I'm 183 centimeters tall, and you can see how high I'm sat. My knee has a lot of support because the seat is quite high, and I can fit my big shoes under the driver's seat, and you can see how much knee room I have. It's almost unbelievable. And then we come down to the middle seat. The middle seat is recessed a little bit to the rear. That is when, depending on the level of at which the window seats have been moved. And then you get a backrest for the middle seat, but if we pull it down, it reveals this flat storage area, which is lined with Alcantara. Feels really nice. You can drop phones and purses or wallets or things there. And then you get conventional cup holders, but they have these grips to prevent bottles from rattling about. So that's about it. There's no charging port or anything like that. And then you just lift it up. And if I'm sitting here, you can see how much headroom I have as well. Very, very generous headroom. Activate I've just activated the gravity seat, and we can see my backrest is also moving me backwards, and it's all just one button. Guess my legs are too long for it now, so, and you can see the footrest is coming as well. So you just take off your shoes and then you can rest here and have a really, really comfortable ride. And if you look here, I'm lying almost not completely flat, but I can go even further. To get it back up, I just press that button and then it resets me back to the regular seating position. And you can see the front seat coming back to its original position, and the calf support is going back into its original position. So the front seat is coming back, and my seat I'm sitting on moved back slightly to its original position as well. And you got some aluminum jacket hooks here, and the whole top just is blacked out. It's got this grayish design for this grayish color for this particular one, but it looks really nice. So when you're sitting in the back, this is what you're seeing. You get some nice wood panel here, an aluminum panel here, and when I just shut the door, we can see the ambient lighting, not overdone, just the right amount that is needed. So let's move on to the front now. Going on to the front passenger seat. So when I open the door, is a similar configuration. The design is similar. The buttons are similar as well, but then in the front you have the door controls for the front. You get the regular ones. You also get 3 memory seat settings for the passenger, but overall very similar to the other doors. And you can see the doors open really, really wide, about 85 degrees, I would say, and very easy entry because there's a wide space there. And you can see there are no buttons here because the buttons are put on the door. Very nice design. Even before you engage the massage seats, you can see how pumped up these seats are. So when you sit in them, they're just going to accommodate you really well. Very nice side bolsters. Very beautiful design of these different tones and different materials. And you got let me just sit in the seat. Obviously you can recline it as well, But if you're sitting here, you can see one thing that I'm not so sure of is why Zeekr uses a button to open the glove box instead of just putting a button on the glove box itself. But hey, if it works, so you just press that button here and then it opens up, and it's a very big glove box lined with felt as well. And because of the way it's angled, it's not going to be intrusive in any way. It's just perpendicular to your legs. But to open it again, you press that and it opens, and to close it, you just push it back. You get nicely diagonally angled air vents here. Your dash here, which is made of some nice leather Alcantara material all around. So up here you got your vanity mirror sitting on this very nice Alcantara covered casing, and then magnetically you just cover it up. Up here you have your grab handle, you got a speaker grill there, you got airbag indicators everywhere, and you can see that the bonnet is flat with the exception of a speaker grill here. So, and the screens are not too high, so you can still see out of the car really well. And there's this huge screen here divided in two. So on this part is dedicated to the passenger, and the little said about the quality of the screen, the better. It's so clear, so crisp. And if I'm sat here at 183 centimeters tall, I still have lots of headroom, and my seat is jacked up quite a bit. So it gives you an idea of how spacious the interior of this car is. And on this side, under the center console, you have storage area, of course, just like for many Chinese cars now. And then you get grab handle. These are very similar, I will say the same design as what you have on Mercedes Benz's, and I won't be wrong if I say that this was copied from there, but it feels really solid, and if it works, why not? There's nothing wobbling about, and you get your center storage area as well. Let's take a little bit of the screen in front of the passenger so you can see. You can do some settings here, you can go back, you can change your fan speed, music, you can have that here, movies, passenger can watch movies, and you have lots of functionality. You can play games as well. You can connect your controllers and play games. You have a KTV function. You also have your apps populated here, and you can see how crisp they are. Very nice. You get seat controls, volume control, Bluetooth, that kind of thing. So let's move on to the driver's seat. So we're taking a look at the driver's seat. So the configuration is very similar. Obviously, the driver is going to have extra buttons for controlling the mirrors and door lock, unlock, that kind of thing. But the design of the door is similar, and the seats are similar as well. But before you get into your hard-earned cash car, this is what you're going to be looking at. Let me just sit in the driver's seat and we'll take a look at the screen. So that was the screen I showed you earlier, and on the left side is the main infotainment screen that is in the middle, and we'll come back to the screen, but let's look around. So if you look up here, you get your sun visor, and then up here you got your interior lighting, lots of individual LEDs here, and these buttons for opening and shutting the panoramic roof and all those controls. You got SOS here, you got interior lighting here, so you press that to turn it on and off, and then you can turn on individual sides with these buttons here. So that's really nice, and they turn on in stages as well. So you can see this is one turned on, and these are the rest turned on. You got your rear mirror here, which also has a button to turn on the feed from the camera from the back. But if you want to see what's happening in the rear of the car in the interior, you can press to turn that off. So that's really cool. And we see here we have HUD. If you look up there, you can see how clear it looks coming from here, and you got a very nice dash design. Right behind the steering wheel is this really crisp, better than most modern phones. The quality of that screen is insane. You got all the information, quick information that the driver needs. You got time, you'll have your speedo, you have your mapping and all those other functionality there. All the information that the driver needs, like in this signature design of Zeekr. And then on the left hand side you have another air vent here, aluminum trim, daytime running, ambient lighting in there. You got two-tone design with the aluminum cutting through here. Very nice stitching overall. Really, really nice. You got some sensors here to read the tiredness level of the driver. You got your turn signal button. So when I turn on the turn signal, you can see it indicates it turns on the camera so you can see what's happening. And if I turn on the left side, you can see that as well. But the agent was telling me that you can set it up so that you see the same camera on the HUD. So when you change the setting, when you turn on the turn signal, you don't have to look at the center entertainment screen. You can just look on the left on the HUD and you can see it populate the picture or the feed from the back. So that's really cool. And then we go here, we have a center storage area. It's not very deep, quite shallow, but you have a two 60-watt charging ports, and then you have one for connecting accessories, and you have one for also connecting your screen. Inside is lined with Alcantara. You can just shut it from both sides. So it's a split system. So you press here to open that, and then you have your cup holders in here. You press that to reveal your cup holders, and if you don't need it, you just push it back, and the cover of it is made of this real very nice wood. And here you got a swivel. If I just, you can hear the nice tactile nature of it. And then you got down here for controlling your air suspension, your shocks, your suspension, and that kind of thing. You got two wireless charging pads here. I'm not sure how fast they are, but I'm guessing they are definitely over 50 watts, or maybe just 50 watts as it is with many Chinese cars now. You got a button here for heated mirror, front and rear mirror, so the heating function. You got your hazard button here. You got boot opening button here, and you got this one which we used earlier to open the glove box. You got your air vents right above it, so you can direct it wherever you want it to go. Let's go on a little bit detail on the screen. So you got your home button, and you can see your map is populated really nicely. You got your car settings, you got your seat settings here. A little too bright, but obviously you can change and automate the screen. You got your temperature controls here. You got all other information about the car and music, widgets, shortcuts, that kind of thing. And then you can populate the apps that you have installed in this car as well. And you can see it just kind of like a MacBook computer. It just hides the icons when you don't need them, and you need to, it's not proximity censored. You just flip from the bottom and you can have it to populate. And if I go back to the home room, you have your quick widgets here. Up here you got your Bluetooth, camera, 5G connectivity, time, and all that kind of stuff. I would prefer dark mode on this one. Obviously you can do that as well, and there's a shortcut here for navigation, and also you can dedicate any amount of the screen for different functions. So that's really nice. And to go back, we just press that. And if we look, come back to this steering wheel. So the steering wheel has a really nice design. It's basically the design that Zeekr is going for all their cars. Very nice, flattened on the top and the bottom. You got real physical buttons here for different controls. For example, this one is for the 360 camera. So if I press that, you can see all the cameras are loaded up. You press it to shut it off. And on the right hand side, you have physical buttons as well for controls. And in the middle, you got this nice horn, rounded horn, which fits in my palm. And then that's your turn signal stock, which doubles for your lighting and also your wipers. And then on the right hand side, you have this stuff for changing the gears, and then you just press P to park. And you can see how crisp information populated on it. Even on the camera, I'm sure it's really clear. And if we just move the camera back, we can see even clearer. And then down here, there is an area for putting, maybe dropping your license or wallet or something like that, and it's all lined with felt. Feels really, really good. The quality of material in this car is just on another level. And the driver can also access that storage area showed earlier here. You can see the drive paddles, the accelerator and brake paddles are all aluminum down there. So very high quality material and premium material used in this car. Alright guys, so that's the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found value in it. If you did, don't forget to give this video a like and hit the subscribe button so you can help this channel grow. Till I see you in the next video guys, ride legal, ride safe always. Peace, and I'm out.